And I now recognize myself for 5 minutes for questions. Mr. Springs, I really appreciate your goal of becoming the most advanced impact protection company in the world and having it right in Loudoun County, and we in the 10th district. As we know how important this is in sports, but as a number of you have mentioned, head injuries, particularly in construction, continue to be a serious issue. Obviously, our warriors, accidental falls are a problem with the elderly, and so these innovations that your company's working on, can you draw out a little bit how they are going to be applicable to preventing head injuries in the workplace, in the military, in homes, and healthcare settings? And then I'll just add a little bit to it also about how we sell changing this concept to teams and team sports, and how we move that in and get people to adapt, maybe engage parents, and sort of a community engagement on this and understanding the issue.
Right. When I founded Windpact, I believe there was an opportunity to bridge the gap, because I spent several times listening to the hearings on concussions and traumatic brain injuries, and I believe there was opportunity because innovation had lacked for 30 years in football. There was a bridge between, there needed to be a bridge between with the really smart people, like many of these panelists here today, who were trying to figure out how the brain worked on rotational impacts and how you lower peak linear accelerations, as well as the guys who were building products like the companies like Rydell. I believe that there still is a gap between the knowledge, and my goal when I started Windpact was take our technology, learn from the smart doctors and some of the researchers and places like NIST, take those learnings and finding, apply our technology to their helmets. So we consider ourselves an ingredient brand. We work with large host brands and retrofit their old solutions with our new technology to make their product better for the consumer. So basically, we try to make sure we understand what the medical professionals are saying, as well as the parents and others who are buying the products for their kids.
Great, thank you. And others, if you'd like to engage on that question, how we do sell this to the public at broad and understand all the cross benefits from it in so many different areas. Sure.
Yeah, if I may, one of the things that has become clear to me is that these kind of innovations have a lot of spillover into far greater areas than what we're really targeting. I mean, in the Head Health Challenge 3, we were targeting football helmets, was really kind of our main focus, maybe other protective equipment as well. But we started brainstorming other ideas where this kind of material could be used, and we were coming up with things like roadside barriers, protective equipment for the where there are construction zones and things like that, which are hazardous areas right now. And we think our material concept can be applied to those other areas as well. And to date, nobody's really started talking that much about that kind of approach.
Okay, and it's another area, we know links now from head injuries and dementia and even possibly Alzheimer's. Is this another area where, as you have that improvement, whether it's in sports or other areas, that it also has that down the road impact of maybe lessening what we're seeing in dementia or Alzheimer's, to the extent that we have knowledge about that now?
Yes, I was talking to a medical doctor who's working in the field of brain trauma, and they're approaching the concussion problem from another aspect, from a kind of a nutritional supplement aspect that would, I'm not sure on the details, some kind of antioxidants that would protect against long-term damage from repeated impacts. But they were also hopeful that would apply then to Alzheimer's field as well. So it's possible that the plaques that are developing in the brain, and I don't understand all the medical issues very well, but those could be protected by this same kind of nutritional supplement that could protect concussion injuries as well.
Excellent. And anyone else want to jump in? Dr. Dehgan, I just wanted to thank you. I loved your characterization of how you, for us, incentivizing the needle to find us and really getting outside the box on this. So I thought you really captured that well on, and I think the importance of this is capturing the public's imagination. And Mr. Springs bringing your experience into it, I think really does kind of sell the idea to the public at large in so many areas. So thank you for vividly describing that and capturing